This is the fifth gate of Kammasaka Zen, and it's Shakyamuni equanimity. This is Dharma Talk 3. And it's about equanimity in teachings for ordained and lay teachers. So equanimity is a cornerstone of the Zen practice. It's a cornerstone of Zen philosophy. And it embodies a profound state of mental and emotional stability for the fluctuations of life. Now, for ordained teachers in Zen, particularly within the context of the 10 gates of Kammasaka, equanimity is not merely an inspirational quality, but it's a fundamental requirement for effective teaching and guidance. And this fifth gate can provide critical insights into the nature of equanimity, outlining its role in fostering a harmonious community, nurturing compassionate interactions, and also facilitating deep transformative experiences for practitioners. Now, the word, or the equanimity, is derived from the Pali term apakaya. It denotes a balanced state of mind that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. And it's in the Zen tradition that equanimity is often seen as the fruit of a well-cultivated practice, which arises from a deep meditation and arises from the insight into the nature of reality, but also from a commitment to the path of awakening. It reflects an inner freedom that allows in practitioners to engage with the world without attachment or aversion, embracing each moment with clarity and compassion. So, for ordained and lay teachers, the cultivation of equanimity is essential because they are tasked with guiding others along the path. And their ability to maintain composure in the face of challenges or conflicts and the diverse emotional landscapes of their students directly influences the overall atmosphere and of the Zen community, the Sangha. And in this context, equanimity can be understood as both an individual practice and a communal responsibility. So the importance of equanimity is a foundational quality in the fifth gate, particularly for those on the ordination path, or those who already are ordained teachers. And this gate often is interpreted as a threshold or an entry point to deeper teachings, encapsulating the essence of the Zen practice and the realization of interconnectedness, impermanence, and importantly, the nature of suffering. So, here, equanimity serves as a lens through which teachers can engage with their students, offering guidance in both guidance that is both grounded and compassionate. One of the central teachings of Zen is simply the understanding of the concept of oneness, how all beings and all phenomena are intertwined in a web of relationships. And ordained teachers, through the lens of equanimity, can embody this truth by recognizing that their actions, their words, and even their states of mind, they affect not only themselves, but the entire community. And it's this recognition that fosters a sense of responsibility and compassion, prompting teachers to act with care and mindfulness. So the notion of impermanence, the notion of change, the notion of fluctuation is integral to the Zen philosophy. And ordained teachers must cultivate equanimity to embrace the transient nature of life, which can be challenging when faced with loss, when faced with change, or faced with uncertainty. And by embodying acceptance and resilience, teachers create a safe space for their students to explore their own experiences with impermanence, thereby facilitating deeper insight and maybe even healing. Sadly, in any community, conflicts are inevitable. So this fifth gate reminds ordained teachers that equanimity is essential for navigating these situations gracefully. And rather than reacting impulsively or defensively, teachers are encouraged to respond with calmness by fostering dialogue and understanding. And this approach, it not only helps to resolve conflicts, but it also models in a compassionate way of engaging with others, reinforcing the principles of harmony and unity within the community. As I said in previous Dharma talks, equanimity does not imply emotional detachment or indifference. Instead, it allows ordained teachers to maintain a compassionate presence, fully engage with their students, while remaining anchored in their own practice. And it's this balance that creates a nurturing environment where students feel seen, they feel heard and supported in their journey. So teachers who embody equanimity, they're better equipped to hold space for the diverse emotions and experiences of their students, offering guidance without judgment. So meditation is a functional practice in Zen that develops this sense of equanimity. And it's through regular meditation that ordained teachers can cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and stability, allowing them to approach their teaching duties with clarity and insight. And we've talked so much about mindfulness, the practice of mindfulness. It plays such a crucial role in this process, enabling us as teachers to observe our own thoughts and our own emotions without becoming entangled within them. And by practicing this mindfulness, we as teachers can develop an awareness of our own thoughts and our own emotions. And we can begin to recognize them as transient phenomena rather than a part of our fixed aspects of identity. And it's this awareness that cultivates equanimity, allowing us as teachers to respond to challenging situations with clarity and composure. And it's when teachers embody this quality, then they begin to model their students in how to navigate their own emotional landscapes, how to navigate their own emotional landscapes with the use of mindfulness and acceptance. And compassion it's like a natural byproduct of cultivating equanimity. And as ordained teachers deepen their own personal meditation practice, they develop greater capacity for empathy and understanding. This compassionate presence not only enhances their teaching, but also creates like a ripple effect throughout the community, throughout the Sangha. And it encourages students to cultivate compassion in their own lives. Role models. So the integration of meditation into the teaching process is essential for fostering this equanimity. And ordained teachers, we guide our students in their meditation practice. And we emphasize mindfulness. We emphasize acceptance. We emphasize the practice of compassion. And this reinforces the principles embodied in the fifth gate of Kammasaka. And by creating a shared meditation practice, both teachers and students can collectively cultivate equanimity. And this can deepen our connections with one another and also with the teachings. Now, while the cultivation of equanimity is essential for teachers, it's not without challenges. There's always obstacles. There's always challenges. Because the demands of teaching, the complexities of interpersonal relationships, and the emotional weight of students' experiences can all test a teacher's ability to maintain this balance. And by recognizing these challenges, it is crucial for sustaining equanimity in the long term. And we as ordained teachers and guides, we must prioritize self-care and establish healthy boundaries so that we can maintain our equanimity. And this includes engaging in our own personal meditation, regular meditation, and maybe even seeking support from fellow teachers, and ensuring that they do not overextend themselves emotionally or physically. And it's by nurturing our own well-being that we as teachers can better serve our students and the community as a whole. So it is essential as ordained teachers for us to acknowledge our own struggles, our own vulnerabilities, and thereby embracing our humanity, then we can cultivate authenticity in our interactions with others, with our students. This vulnerability, it can foster trust and connection, and it can allow for deeper, more meaningful relationships within our community or our Sangha generally. So equanimity, it's not a fixed state, but it's a continuous journey of learning and growth. So we as teachers must remain open to feedback, and we must be willing to reflect on our own practice. And it's this commitment to self-improvement that enables us to adapt and evolve as teachers, ensuring that our own equanimity remains a living dynamic quality rather than just simply a static ideal. So this presence of equanimity among teachers, ordained teachers, has a profound impact on the Zen community as a whole. And when teachers embody equanimity, they create a culture of mindfulness, compassion, and understanding. And this mindfulness, compassion, understanding, it begins to permeate every interaction. And it's this atmosphere that fosters a sense of belonging, encouraging other practitioners to engage deeply with their practice and with one another. So this equanimity nurtures an environment of trust, particularly with students, so they can feel safe to express themselves and explore their own personal vulnerabilities. And when teachers respond with calmness and compassion, they signal to their students that their experiences are valid and that their experiences are worthy of attention. And it's this trust that deepens the connection between teachers and students, facilitating a more profound engagement with the teachings in general. And in a community characterized by equanimity, characterized by collective practice, begins to flourish. Then students are more likely to engage in group meditations, engage in discussions and activities when they feel supported by their teachers' steady presence. And it's this sense of community that fosters a shared commitment to the practice. It reinforces the teachings and it reinforces the principles, not just of Kammasaka Zen, but of Zen in general. So the cultivation of equanimity among ordained teachers promotes a culture of compassion within the Zen community. So, as teachers model compassionate response to challenges and conflicts, then students are inspired simply to do the same. And it's this ripple effect creates a supportive atmosphere where individuals are encouraged to embody the teachings of Zen in their interaction with others. So, therefore, recap. The requirements for equanimity for ordained teachers in Zen, as articulated in the fifth gate of Kammasaka Zen, are foundational for effective teaching and the continuity of building the community. That's equanimity enables teachers to navigate the complexities of their roles with grace and fostering a compassionate environment. A compassionate environment where students can explore their own path to awakening. Through the cultivation of this equanimity, teachers embody the essence of Zen practice. And they create a nurturing space for collective growth and transformation. And as ordained teachers continue to deepen their own practice of equanimity, they not only enrich their own lives, but they also contribute to the flourishing of the Zen community as a whole. And that's the fifth gate, Kammasaka Zen. Dharma talk number 3. I hope you've enjoyed it.